Oh my god. The guy spun. That was really freaking sweet. Holy cow. Alright, y'all, so throwback to this moment in my hypercar video. Wait a second. Oh, okay. You can put drift suspension on hypercars. I forgot. That's gotta be an idea for a video in the future. Who knows? Stay tuned. Yep, that's right. We're gonna be drifting hypercars in today's video. Just the Holy Trinity today. And yeah, not much to say. Let's just go ahead and dive straight into today's video. Alright, so obviously for the 918, the important stuff that we need to put is rear-wheel drive, drift tires, and drifting suspension. That's exactly what we're gonna do. And let's just skip to the end of the upgrades. Alright, we downgraded back to S1 again. We're going to be a little bit more powerful with 938 horsepower. We're going to be a little bit lighter. And you know how this works on all my videos. I'm going to go ahead and tune this thing. Once we finish tuning this thing, I'll see you in a lobby and just see how good this 918 can be drifting. So yeah, see you then. I'm actually excited to do this. Mostly because if you see my Revuelto video, the Revuelto is kind of like the 918. It's a hybrid, and I switched to a rear-wheel drive, and it drifts super freaking well. So I'm just hoping that the 918 can be a little bit better. So let's go. Oh, why are we drifting in the dark? I don't like drifting in the dark. I like to see where I'm going because the headlights doesn't do anything in this game. Holy crap, this thing is a really nice controlling drift car. I mean, the top three is just all-wheel drive drifting, which rear-wheel drive drifting is the way. Oh my god, look at the smoke. Rear-wheel drive drifting is the way to go. Okay, back to the actual feedback for this car. It drifts well. It really is. I think this car feels a bit better than the stuff that we checked out on the perfect drift car video, the second part. Just because it's pretty easy to control and it doesn't grip up as much, which is a great thing for this car. You need a balance between grip and no grip for it to drift perfectly, and this has it. This has potential to have it, and it's been drifting really well. All right, here, can we hold this line over here? Nah, doesn't look like it. Nope, we can't hold it. There's got to be something that can hold that line that's not all-wheel drive. But yeah, so far this thing is pretty good, not gonna lie. This thing could set like a benchmark for the 918 and the LaFerrari to beat, because like I said before, this thing is pretty good. We're actually gonna improve our points for once to 400,000, but that's not gonna be enough to get to P3 because everybody ahead of me for second and third, they're all in all-wheel drive cars, which is unfair. And it's not fun. Alright, here we go. 360. That is one of my most perfect 360s on this freaking channel. Oh my god. That was such a clean 360. Yowzers. Okay, let's do it again. A bit too slow, but we still landed it anyway. That was sweet, dude. What a 360. There we go. 360 again. Oh my god, that's even cleaner. That's even cleaner. That is amazing. Oh my god. This car is a perfect car to do 360s. Alright, let's stop it right here because, oh my god, I think we just did like 3 good 360s. 2 of them were perfect. 1 of them was a bit slow, but it still landed anyway. Wow. Okay. This Porsche 918 is great. This Porsche 918 is actually a pretty good drift car, not gonna lie. Sure, we finished 4th because the other 3 people were all-wheel drive drifting, but rear-wheel drive drifting is more fun in my opinion, and I had a great time. Hell yeah, dude. Alright, let's move on to the McLaren P1. I want to see how the P1 does it. Alright, P1 party time. Obviously, the usual drift tires, drift suspension, and differentials, and all those tuning stuff that we're gonna need, probably, so. There we go. We actually can't do anything else, I'm gonna be honest. Same power, same weight. Only thing we did is all the drift stuff. So differentials, suspension, tires, and also track width. But other than that, that's it. Let me go ahead and tune this thing. Once I finish tuning this thing, I'll see you in a lobby then. Here we go. Alright, for this P1, if I put drift gearbox, drift transmission onto this thing, it'll bump up to S2. I can't do that. And the only way that I can get tuning for this P1 for the gear tuning is if I put a 10-speed gearbox, which I am not gonna do, so I left it stock. And I don't think it's gonna work that well, but we'll see what happens. Is this interesting, ladies and gentlemen? Everybody in this lobby are either in purpose-built drift cars or in JDM cars that were built to drift, like, you know how the JDM stuff works. And I'm here in a multi-million-dollar McLaren P1 trying to drift with drift suspension and drift tires and drift differentials, and honestly, right now this feels a lot worse than the 918. It grips up a bit too much. I need that drift gearbox, but I can't have that, so we have to stuck with using 4th and 5th gear, alternating between 4th and 5th gear. So we'll just see what happens. I am such an odd ones out in this lobby. Nobody expects me to drift in a McLaren P1, but here I am doing this. Okay, yeah, no, the thing is, once this thing slides, it does kind of slide, but it's a bit too slow on the slow side, and also it grips up, especially when the car is starting to straight out, and it's gonna grip up, and you don't want that in a drift car like that. You see how it grips up? I don't want that. Okay, man, it would be really nice to use actual purpose-built drift car here, but nope. I'm stuck with this multi-million-dollar hypercar with a kick-ass paint job that has probably cost more than some of these cars. Let's be real. I mean, at least the one good thing about this car is that it freaking sounds great. Sounds like a true V8 McLaren from the early 2010s. It sounds great, and that drift line was absolutely fantastic. All right, let's finish this lap and see if we can do our little 360, see if this thing can land a 360. Oh, the guy spun. Nice job, dude. People spinning out. I haven't spun out the whole time in my McLaren P1. 360. I did it? Does that count? I'll count that, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't hold the line that well, but I landed it, so it counts. 360 once again. Here we go. Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it any day of the week. All right, P1. Conclusion to the McLaren P1. It's not good. It's not good. It's worse than a 918. It's worse than a 918. It grips up too much. Too much gear for me. I want to stay in one gear. I have to alternate between 4th and 5th. And would you look at that? The purpose-built drift cars are all ahead of me. Yeah, let's just move on to the LaFerrari. I'm not doing 2 more drift lobbies in this thing. All right, LaFerrari time. Okay, obviously we're gonna need to put drift tires, drift suspension, and drift differentials and drifting gearbox as well. Oh, we're still in S2. Oh, crap. Oh, wait, hang on. If we put snow tires or off-road tires, we're gonna be down to S1. You know what? Just for the memes. For the memes, I'm using snow tires because nobody uses snow tires in this game ever. Ever. Nobody uses snow tires, and I'm going to be the first one, probably the first one ever going to use this in a racing lobby, so probably need some more power especially. And that'll do it. Okay, we have 1009 horsepower, downgraded to S1. Going to be a little bit lighter. Let me go ahead and tune this thing. Once I finish tuning this thing, I'll see you in a lobby. You know what? I don't even need to test drive. It seems to know for a fact that this thing is probably better than the P1. We'll see if it's better than the 918, but I'm confident this thing is better than the McLaren P1, simply because I have more control over this car in terms of the gearing, because there's just only one gear I'm gonna stick. So let's just see what happens. Oh yeah, the chicken drumstick track, and we got nearly full lobby. Did I just see an AutoZam? Did I just see the fun breaker? There he is, that stupid AutoZam. Alright, let's go. In all of my time playing Forza Horizon 5, I have never, ever used snow tires before. Ever. Let's see how good this thing is drifting-wise. Can this thing hold the line? Can this thing hold the line? Yes, it can! Wow, it holds the whole right-hander, which is great. Great potential so far if we can hold that with right-handed. Let's see if we can get more angle, though. I need the angle. Alright, we're getting more angle. That's good, good. The more angle I can get, the better. I'm noticing this thing isn't as responsive as I wanted it to be. It's not as snappy as I wanted it to be, but it can still drift. It feels a lot better than the P1. Again, I'm like the odd ones out here. I'm like the only guy in a hypercar. Everybody else is in purpose-built drift cars. Come on, I need this thing to snap more. I need this thing to snap so that I can get instant transitions instead of just sliding slowly. Alright, here we go. Right-hander. I didn't hold all the way. Alright, that's fine. This thing is a fast drift car. It's more purpose-built for speed, I think, than more like responsiveness, because yeah, like I said before, this thing is not twitchy enough. It's not snappy enough. It feels sluggish when you try to transition. Like, you see that I can't transition fast enough for these turns, but it can still slide pretty well. Look at that AutoZam, man. He's just going at it. He's clear of second place. Alright, 360 time. We gotta find a good spot to do 360 like. No, not here. I don't like doing a 360 here. Maybe up here, I think. All right, here we go. 360. Spun out. No! No! Come on. We need to land one before the round ends. There we go. 360. That doesn't count. I spun out again. All right, here we go. Come on. Slower 360. No! No! God damn it. Okay. Yeah, honestly, P4 is still a great result for a car like this. I was expecting probably a P6 or probably lower, considering the fact that everybody is in purpose-built drift cars. But P4 in this thing, I'll take it any day of the week. Start a lobby. You know what? Let's see if we can land a 360 in these other two rounds. So let's go. Is this track more oriented for high-speed drifting? Because that's what my car is built for, I think. This thing, like I said before, is more built for high-speed drifting. We'll see what happens. Oh, great. That's a great start now, isn't it? Yeah, the snow tires are not helping at all with the responsiveness for this car. I want this car to be responsive, to be snappy, but the snow tires is making things slowing down. And the transitions are real slow and sluggish, not gonna lie. Hit the wall! Unfortunate way to end your lap. Alright, let's do our second lap. Usually, I will be sticking to second gear, but I feel like for this car, sometimes you need to push down to first to actually get it to grip up a little bit more, because I feel like the snow tire is giving me less grip than I wanted it. I don't know what the difference be if I put off-road tires, but the snow tires making this really loosey-goosey, not snappy like I wanted it to be. I want this thing to be snappy so I can get the transitions. That was sweet. That was really freaking sweet. Holy cow. 360 time. We went off track, but we still landed it anyway. I'm not gonna count that. Not gonna lie. I'm not even gonna count that because we were going off track. 360. Oh my god, that was perfect. Oh my god, that was perfect. That was absolutely bonkers good. Okay, let's do one more. 360. Nah, that's not. Yeah, no, I don't think that counts. Alright. That's fine. This thing feels pretty good. Not gonna lie. We landed a 360, so that's good. Might as well do one more. Let's see if we can land more 360s and see if I can actually get this thing up there to the top 3. Let's try to get a top 3 with this thing. Even though everybody's gonna be all-wheel drive drifting. Might as well give it a try. Alright, here we go. Final drifting session lobby thingy my jig. I don't know how do you say this, but so we're gonna be in the rain, so grip is probably gonna be reduced. So that's probably gonna make my life harder with how less grip this thing has. Hopefully snow tires can do something in the wet. Ah, yeah, you see, it just kept on sliding instead of turning the thing. And you see how, do you see how sluggish this thing feels? How slow and methodical this thing feels right here. It's not snappy. I want it to be snappy, but it's too slow to respond because of the tires, man. No, the curbs! Disaster, an absolute disaster on my part. We hit the curbs once again. The curb is always the killer for drifting. Lost all my momentum. Alright, we're gonna end off P3 on our lap. I nearly hit that tree right there. I want my skill points to stay on. I set the goal for myself to get a P3 here. And let's see if we can keep that P3 and hopefully we can gain some insurance on this lap. Alright, so we're gonna get some insurance points here. Can we get to 500? Nope. 489. Alright. I'll take it. We're probably gonna end up in P3 like I set myself to do. And yeah, we did it, so great. 360 to celebrate. Oh yeah, baby, let's freaking go. We did a perfect 360 attempt. Let's see if we can do one more with 10 seconds left on the clock. I'm not sure with that. You guys need to leave in the comments down below if you count that, but that was still pretty sweet. Okay, P3. Yes! I set myself to get on the podium on P3, and guess what? We did it. We did it. We were the best out of the other purposeful drift cars, and not the AutoZam and the Nissan. How the frick do you pronounce that? Tsuru? Yeah. Yeah, the Nissan Tsuru. Anyways, hell yeah, dude. Let's freaking go. Let's go to our outro. This was a pretty fun video to make. Alright, so what did we learn in today's video? Can hypercars drift in this game? I'd say yes. I'd say yes. Depending on what hypercar you choose. For the Holy Trinity P1, as it is that I just tested out, no, it's bad. But if you want to drift S2, you can probably drift S2. This LaFerrari can drift really freaking well. I'm actually a really big fan of how this thing handles, but the snow tires probably ruined it. I should have put off-road tires on, I'm going to be honest with you. But if you put drift tires on this, S2 drifting is probably going to be pretty good. 918 as it is. S1 drifting, it's so nice. It's one of the easiest drift cars that I've ever drifted for rear-wheel drive mid-engine. It's really easy to drift. I'm a big fan of that, and you guys should try it out. But yeah, other than that, thank you so much for checking out my video today. If you do enjoy these kinds of contents, make sure you drop a like and also subscribe to the channel. That will help me tremendously. Also, down in the comments down below, let me know what else you want me to do, whether it be another challenge, maybe you want me to check on something else in this game. I'll read it and I might do it. But yeah, other than that, thank you so much for dropping by today, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.
L'amour qui chante, qu'est-ce que je vais te nommer? Je vais